We are live.
I'm still in Aspen Valley, Ricky, if you at any point want to get back to it. Okay. Incendio!
Yep.
Burn, baby, burn.
It's a magic inferno.
Burn, baby, burn. They're falling down. My death. Kitty! Oh, so why the fuck would you have cats around here? It's like, it would make sense to have a fuckload of cats around Hogwarts. Can you imagine the amount of fucking rats and shit around here?
You mean people's pets?
I meant the non-pet
Rhinoceros
ones.
skeleton.
I know, just
On the
being,
right track.
just being that guy.
If only
Can you
no
imagine the
student would help me with my sad
Yeah,
There's the
predicament.
rhino.
Are you
There's the rhino
alright?
statue.
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
The fuck?
Everyone hates you. Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports. Leander Pruitt's one of the worst, that no-talent moon mind. I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to the common room. My gobstone
Pruitt is the
collection, that is. I was
name
hoping
of
someone would want to
Molly.
play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles.
Wait, really?
Grand
Yeah,
name.
her maiden name is
And if you
Pruitt.
lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
Ron's mom?
Yep.
I haven't much interest in a game that sprays you with
Well,
odours.
one of
Only
them-
if you
one
lose,
member of the
which I
family
never
was
do.
fucking rich
Or at
back in
least
the day,
not
apparently.
often. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed all over with smelly gobstone spit, it's their own fault for losing. Imelda is one of the worst losers. Everett and Astoria are terrible as well. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very high places all over the school.
This isn't even a lie. Given what happens to the loser, I probably would have done
Sounds
the
as
same.
if you caused the smelly situation and they responded accordingly.
I didn't make the rules. Anyway, I can't work out how to get them back on my own. I don't think I know the necessary spells yet. I need someone, perhaps a selfless and talented fifth year to help me.
Has our reputation,
Do you have any
like,
suggestions on how to get your gobstones down from their hiding spots?
If I knew that, I'd get them myself. Whoever hid my gobstones that high got up there somehow.
If I do that,
Haven't you
give
any
them a-
friends at school?
Well,
Not
here is
really.
an area
Natty said hello once, but not a word since.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do find all of my gobstones, do come and see me again. I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.
It's honestly, I feel bad for him. That's just sad.
Yep.
Like, okay, a Ravenclaw, like, okay. Yeah, let's be fair here. For instance, like, oh, but it's like, oh, but this is not
Rebellion.
He's like, no, kids are assholes.
Which honestly might seem weird, but the whole playing by yourself thing is actually why most of the
You know, there is
time
such a thing as trying too
I
hard.
usually say no.
Don't get
to
too
giving them
cocky
back.
simply because you had
And then
one
forces
victory over
her
Salad.
for,
He never
you
backs
know,
down from the fight.
to actually try and socialize.
Don't forget what that Hufflepuff girl said in 1421.
Basically, you're trying,
Don't
you're
be
basically
stoned.
the
Oh, that's class.
type of guy in this.
Unless it's with my niece in real life, in which I am a big old
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia.
Yes, yes,
There's the
you are.
fountain. I'm getting closer.
Glorious Belmont.
Yep.
The Daedalian keys are back. Aren't they brilliant?
Is everything all right?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm Nellie, by the way. I'm just so excited that the Daedalian keys are back.
The what keys?
The Daedalian keys. Surely you've seen them flying about. Rumor is that a former headmistress, Professor Moll, conjured them to protect the contents of certain locked cabinets years ago. Professor Black couldn't be bothered to disenchant the keys, and they appear every few years. You should try to catch one.
Why would I do that?
Each key will lead you to a locked cabinet somewhere in the castle. If you can manage to get the key into the cabinet
tell me
lock,
we get
not
some
an
loot?
easy
We get
task,
some loot
you
on
may
Hogwarts? Hell
find a
yeah, we're
reward.
gonna fucking do that.
Why would Professor Moll conjure flying keys?
What I heard is that it had something to do with keeping thieves out of things.
We're now
But that
pirate
may or may
claws.
not be true. He's a poltergeist. I thought they could go almost anywhere.
Surely you will be trying to complete the challenge as well.
I've tried, and I can't even get past the first cabinets. Perhaps you'll have better luck. I'd love to know what's in the cabinets.
Perhaps I'll give it a go.
I hope you do. In fact, I think I heard one of the keys in the astronomy tower. You should listen for them. I hope you follow a few keys at least. If you manage to open a cabinet, I'd love to know what you find, if anything.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Also, we're not sharing, bitch.
Yeah.
Rebellion!
What's going on here?
I don't know. Whatever reason. There's a little thing to do the talkie-talkie, but no talkie-talkie.
Need to find loot. Yes. My favorite thing to do. What the hell is that? Oh, is that the statue that way in the tutorial we blow the fuck out of?
No, that's this statue. Which, speaking of which,
Lumos. Reparo.
and this one, this one we cannot do anything with just yet.
God, I wish I had that fucking repair charm in real life.
Indeed.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
We fucking will. Just calm down.
Rebellion! Heard you're defending Hogsmeade against trolls.
And humans now take to herself.
Harry, it appears your character is a Captain Obvious type.
Yep.
Thanks, Captain Abby. Ricky, you're eerily silent.
Lumos.
Ricky?
Revelio.
I just love how we're just running around with like this much magic grip while everyone else just stuck with a normal
And
basic
then
basic
the werewolves joined the goblins in the outside.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of
And by the end of
1752.
it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling
I'm not
lies.
telling lies, Peeves. It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flat.
Ooh, fight, fight! It's a bold attack. Was the Minister a boot or the Minister a flack?
Stop it, Peeves. You'll get us in trouble.
In trouble you will be, but you can't give Peeves a smack. She says it's a boot, and he says it's a flack.
Peeves, enough. You'll get us all detention. And you're both wrong anyway. It was Hephaestus Gore.
It wasn't boot and it wasn't flack, but you're all in trouble with Professor Black.
Revelio.
That is Professor Peeves. Not Professor, but Poltergeist Peeves.
asshole. So what are we looking for?
I'm just following the Golden Trail.
Well, it's in relation to some quest or whatever you have. You can always check which one. I think the main quest by the looks of it.
Revelio.
Oh, there's a door.
A Daedalian key. I wonder where it might lead me. There's the cabinet. How do I get this key in there?
But yep, the Daedalian key is the key from the first movie.
Really? Is this like a minigame or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, you gotta get in the hole?
Yep.
Yes. An old coin. Perhaps Nellie knows what it means.
It's a Ravenclaw sigil.
Yep. one security flaw when you think about it. Sure, you can't apparate or disapparate inside usually, but as far as I can tell, there's no real defense against fluing in.
Against what?
Fluing in, using flu powder to get in or out.
Especially if you know the location of the flu.
Anyone
I mean,
fancy
clearly you can do
going
it internally.
Yep.
I think maybe it requires, like, permission. Or whatever. Because there's new.
That is
It's better if Fantastic Beasts are going to find a second movie. We're just Wizarding Ministers just casually apparate on the premises of Hogwarts.
Yep.
It's better than that.
Indeed.
No, I will not give those movies a fucking pass. In any goddamn way. I need loot. Ambitious quest. Okay, so
Solving a riddle that I mentioned, and then...
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Were you able to follow one of the Daedalian keys?
Hello, Nellie. I managed to get a Daedalian key into its lock.
Brilliant! What did you find in the cabinet?
A curious token of some sort.
Looks like some sort of house token. I bet it unlocks house chests. I call them house chests. I've seen the one in Gryffindor and heard they're also in the other common rooms as well. Keep an eye out. I do hope you continue on. For so much effort, the prize must be something grand.
So if we
I should see this through and find the Ravenclaw house chest. Well, that's one of Zenobia's gobstones. I hardly see what all the fuss is about.
It'll take a lot more than that, but yeah, that is something we have to do. So
definitely we won't be required eventually to insert the house token into your chest. So if we go there, where's the common room? Where's the one that we... Hogwarts South exit. There we go. That one.
This seems I'll need to find more house tokens if I'm to open this. Quite a few by the look of it. Revelio.
Sorry guys, my head is really bugging. You're back.
you're good.
Just gonna go lay down for about 30 minutes.
For this series, I plan to attempt a 400% run.
I wouldn't think Black would mind someone telling on someone. See is going to see.
There are 4 stories. There are 4 different ways to tell this story.
husband, which is my favorite.
Oh. I'm here about the new spell you wanted to teach me, Professor.
Good. Professor Fig indicated a certain urgency to you completing your defensive magic assignments. As such, you are to learn Incendio, the fire-making spell, handy for lighting torches, burning away spider webs, and, when necessary, defending against those who would wish to do us harm.
Sounds versatile.
Quite. But before we get started, I'd like you to complete a few tasks. You may be surprised by some of them. Astonishing how much students don't think their professors know. When you're finished, come and see me. Then we shall begin working on Incendio. You know where to find me once you've finished.
Seems crossed wands isn't as secret as it's believed to be. Revelio.
Whee!
Oh, not again.
Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim.
Hello.
Hello. Where's Ricky?
As long as we're only one time a week, I can plunge the boys' lavatory. Not
Sorry about that.
He tried to stop me.
I was,
swore to the family could find me inside of a jar. But he found his containment charms, so I took my revenge to wreak havoc and harm.
Alright, you and I are the ones that have been talking the most.
Absolutely. Or I'd fire up the cannon.
So what is in the common room? Yes, I missed that.
Oh, we don't know yet because you gotta get a couple more tokens.
Revelio.
Wait, damn, look. God, I'm never gonna get used to the fucking ghosts. They're just, the poltergeists are just casually around.
Ready for another round?
I think so. We shall see
I do
who shows
like
up.
how
There's
this
no one in
game
the
kind of
swamp.
helps you know how to tell difference between a poltergeist and a ghost.
Poltergeists are willingly there, if I remember correctly?
More, not like visually.
Oh, because there are ghosts in this game, right?
Because ghosts are, well, blue. In this game, if you notice on the way past, they're kind of a bluish color.
Hello, Lucan. Is the next round of crossed wands all set?
Why, yes it is. I've got a great match lined up. Ready for another round?
Where's
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Colored.
Brilliant. Are you dealing with a partner?
He is a poltergeist, therefore, is going to be fully in.
I'll be dueling solo.
Then let's get to it. Ready to get thrashed? Apologies in advance.
I just want to see how I do.
Oh, so you want you.
Yes.
Find the one.
Levioso. Protego.
That's all you got.
Stupid one. Levioso. Accio.
Act like a winner.
Stupid Leviosa.
Yeah. It would make sense to be able to do that.
Because you got like constant trying to keep up like a shield charm like that, right?
Pity more people can't watch the duels.
So yeah, being just casually lifted like that is also
I gave it my all.
You did indeed. The other duelists have already taken notice of you, but after that last round, they'll really have it in for you. You'd better keep practicing if you want a chance at winning, or at least surviving the next round. I'll let you know when we're ready. Hope to see you then. The next round is for all the gobstones, so to speak.
Alright, we've gotten 3.
Hello, Lucan. May I use the training dummy?
Of course. I'll fetch it and give you a list of combinations to practice.
Indeed.
Ready to have a try now?
That would be wonderful.
Be sure to cast all your spells before the dummy lands. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
Magic Inferno.
Hey, Max.
Excellent form.
Leviosa.
Good one.
Leviosa.
Nicely done. I'd say that's enough practice. You looked good out there.
Thank you, Lucan.
I say better to discover one's weaknesses during practice than during a duel. You'll be a fearsome challenger now.
B.
Rebellion.
Will P. We just beat the shit out of 3 people. Just now, you saw us do it. You just saw us do it, man. The fuck, bro?
You know I hate being left out.
All too well.
And you know I like a good compliment.
I trust Mr. Brattleby was able to...
I finished all of the tasks you gave me, Professor Hackett.
Glad to hear it. Then you should be ready to learn Incendio.
Should be, Professor.
Yes. I'm sorry to say, I visited enough careless colleagues at St. Mungo's to assure you that fire is a fickle servant. Your spellcasting has impressed me thus far, but please maintain focus. I would rather we not end today's lesson with your robes aflame. Let us begin. And remember, focus on the proper wand movement.
Yeah, I noticed this. She does
Concentrate
pretty well, even
and
compared
keep
to a
your
lot
wand
of the
steady.
people that teach Defense Against the Dark Arts in the main series.
Yep.
Like, okay. Oh, who's the fuckwit who taught it the second year?
Gilderoy Lockhart.
Good work.
Lockhart, okay, Lockhart obviously was fucking pathetic. Quirrell was okay. Like, he was not good or bad, he was just there.
Incendio.
Mad-Eye Moody is
Technically, he didn't teach.
Rebellion.
Fair enough. Mad-Eye Moody was unusual.
Incendio.
Getting it. Keep at it.
But
And don't
unorthodox,
try
they
not to
did
insinuate
teach
yourself.
pretty well, didn't they?
Yep.
Lupin was fantastic.
He he was a fantastic beast.
Yes, literally, he was a... You're watching Harry Potter stream, we're gonna spoil shit.
Yeah, such as the fact that the reason why I said Moody didn't teach, he really didn't teach. That was Barty Jr.
Yeah, but that guy still at least did a good job.
Yep, arguably better than even Lupin.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it does help when you fucking actually know about a lot of shit firsthand. Just, he's a fucking dark wizard.
Indeed.
What better person to teach Divinity of the Dark Arts than someone who very clearly knows the Dark Art?
Indeed.
It's like, yes, let's teach you how not get robbed. Who's teaching you? Update.
Ah, there you are.
Yeah.
That's the funniest fucking part about that.
You'll be
Like,
pleased to know that I worked on
why
my
you're
defensive
so
magic
good.
with Professor Hackett.
So I hear. She tells me you've taken rather well to your new wand. You must continue to work with her and your other professors to improve your skills. That said, I don't wish to postpone our visit to the library any longer. So, shall we proceed?
Fig, I have work for you. Come.
Headmaster, I'm with a student and my schedule...
Your schedule will wait indefinitely, as will your student. I would think that after all the trouble you caused me with Osric, you'd be eager to make amends. My office, 5 minutes.
Trouble with Osric.
That man is exasperating. Unfortunately, our trip to the restricted section will have to wait a bit longer.
But Professor...
We have no choice. It would be unwise to provoke our illustrious headmaster further. I shall find you when I've completed whatever toils I must endure.
He's gonna let you have free reign of the place like he did with Harry.
Yep.
We're seeing how normally a headmaster would be with a student in this game.
Yep.
Sebastian mentioned
Look,
sneaking
no one
into
knows
the
a great
restricted
headmaster,
section.
but by God,
Perhaps
there's some
he'll have
things
an
we probably
idea.
should let Harry do. Even in the context of everything.
Indeed.
Like, come on.
Revelio.
I don't really get the lock-picking spell.
Spare a moment? I could use your help.
You wanted to speak with me?
I did. Hello, I'm Duncan Hobhouse. Pleasure to meet you. I've heard all about you, of course, confronting trolls and dragons.
I suppose it must seem that way. I'm not sure it's justified. It's often been a matter of circumstance.
I'm going to presume your reputation is in fact warranted, in which case, you are precisely the person I need. You see, we were learning to repel boggarts in Professor Hackett's class, and, well, mine unfortunately took the shape of a puffskein.
And they say Slytherins are the only ones that have a dark side.
They're adorable. Why would you be afraid of a puffskein?
They seem adorable until one sticks its tongue up your nose. Regardless of how reasonable I believe my fear of puffskeins to be, I'm beginning to get a reputation as a coward. Some have even taken to calling me Puffskein Dunkeen.
But they're also gonna probably hoard knowledge and ensure that some of it, even if it can be helpful.
I'm sorry, but you have to admit that's rather clever.
I do not have to admit that. Everett said the same thing. Anyway, to make matters worse, I stupidly blurted out that I must be braver than people think, since I have been in the hidden herbology corridor.
The hidden herbology corridor?
Yes. Rumour has it that the herbology professor before Professor Garlick kept dangerous plants there. It's supposedly so overrun now that no one dares enter it anymore. I was hoping you could go there and bring back evidence that I could use to show that, well, I'd gone in. Say a bit of an exceptionally dangerous plant of some kind.
What sort of plants should I expect in the hidden herbology corridor?
I haven't a clue. But have you seen the kinds of plants Professor Garlic grows? If the previous professor was anything like her, I'd imagine they're not exactly harmless.
Very well. If I'm in the area, perhaps I shall take a look.
Grand. I'd very much appreciate it. Come and find me if you get the proof. I shall be forever in your debt.
Like that doesn't sound like a thing that made this universe. Come on.
Hidden herbology corridor. I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
These questions like, hey, can you sneak into this fucking hidden area?
Revelio.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what most of these quests are. Like,
so
hey, don't fucking, like, fight this shit.
Lumos.
Yep.
Also, when are you gonna actually start putting stuff to, into your, skills?
Oh, right. I was doing a thing. Before I got distracted. But
Instantly.
Gotta get closer. Oh, right. It's the other fire spell I need.
It's a good thing the Owlery is waiting.
There's another fire spell?
Yes.
Delta, again, the flue flame. I do like saying that. Flue flame.
Incendio.
I thought, jokingly, I was gonna say, I thought that was the dragon.
Accio.
It's just a Harry, don't kill the plant dragon. It's adorable. Ultimate's planted where
Revelio.
Ultimate, if it's planted where it could be an easy reach of distance, I doubt it's gonna be dangerous. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, okay, whereas with the Whopping Willow, the Whopping
Incendio.
Willow on camp's premises.
Plus, it was actually planted as a way of protecting Lupin.
Yeah, it's not.
These dry vines are one spark away from becoming kindling.
Not a student. Harry and Ron sort of,
Pissed it off by waking it up.
To be fair, I don't blame
This must be the entrance to the hidden herbology corridor. Devil's Snare seems to thrive in darkness. Perhaps it doesn't care for light. Revelio. Protego.
Yep. Yeah.
You there? Remember, you can keep the light there. Really fine.
Accio. Incendio.
That scene where they were like,
Lumos. Incendio.
Indeed.
Lumos. Seems the Devil's Snare was protecting a chest of some kind. Incendio.
you shall not right. Forever be bathed in light. I realize Incendio is not a very long-range move.
No, it is not.
You're gonna be pretty close.
Incendio.
Which I will be putting those on.
I mean, in their stats. Stats are good, aren't they?
Yep.
Especially
I will
considering
not be putting those on. I need to be level 8.
Well, you'll get. I mean, you'll.
I imagine a piece of that enormous venomous tentacular would be enough for Duncan to prove his bravery.
16. Ooh, you were gonna punchy at the end of that. We're gonna do this hood style. Alright. Yeah, it's a good thing that's not poisonous or anything. We're supposed to be here?
Probably. And the shape of the house.
It's house shape. It's like friendship, except house. Oh, you're trying to find, stuff.
Always good to look around.
Roughhouser's gloves.
Let's check that one.
Can we put this on? And what is it? Because, okay, the other one
No,
is 16 offense.
No, we cannot.
That was not even his boy.
Yep.
So that one can easily get sold. That one, however, we're definitely putting on.
Revelio.
Those fuckers in the dueling club are gonna get their asses whooped harder than that did next week.
Indeed.
They're like, oh, but offense. Hey, you don't need defense if everything's dead. I mean, am I wrong?
No, and you're also
If
fine.
you're millions of opponents, then you don't need defense.
Oh dear.
Incendio.
Hello, who's this person?
Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way, and I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You see, I'm fond of creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
That sounds a rather complicated way to simply avoid carrying your books.
Possibly. But where's the fun in simplicity? New charms and spells have to come from someone. Why not me? I collect the books and remove the charm myself. Except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened a piece of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around. So she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
Why did Arnie tell Madame Scribner that they were your books?
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't think he meant any harm. I think he was impressed, bragging on my behalf. Amit spends a lot of time gazing at the stars, but he knows a good charm when he sees one.
I suppose I could help, if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands. If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
All these quests. Who needs to beat the shit out of enemies to get XP, huh?
Yep. But let's go back to this to get the spell. Oh, that will be quite useful.
Potato!
As long as I get...
Then we can maybe get some...
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Right?
I'm mainly just collecting the side quests for right now.
Think you're gonna do them a bit later?
Sebastian, there you are.
I was hoping to see you. I was in the 3 broomsticks after the troll attack and saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow.
Not many students have Victor Rookwood's attention. What was that all about?
I've never even met him. Perhaps he mistook me for another student.
If you say so. I won't press you now. You will have to tell me what's going on at some point. You might need me. So, why were you looking for me?
I need to find something for Professor Fig, but it's in the restricted section of the library.
He can't get it himself?
He was called away by Black at the last moment. I suppose I could wait to get a note from him, but...
You want to show some initiative.
Precisely. You mentioned being clever enough not to get caught in the restricted section.
And I am. Meet me outside the library tonight, and tell no one.
What will happen if we're caught in the restricted section?
Detention, no doubt. But a word of caution or two will help. For one, avoid Peeves the poltergeist. Aside from wanton destruction of property, he loves nothing more than telling on the likes of us.
How concerned should I be about the librarian?
Madam Scribner doesn't take kindly to clandestine activities taking place amongst her precious books, so do all that you can to avoid her. She and I have had our entanglements, but I've come on my own against her. You may not be so lucky.
Indeed.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll meet you later.
2 for 1 deal.
Yes.
Great minds think alike. I do love that conversation because it's like, yeah, you're seeing the overlap between Ravenclaw and Slytherin philosophy right there.
See there?
Yes, you are.
That's the door we need to reach.
Because there is overlap with each of these.
And those annoying prefects would love nothing more than to rattle us to Scribner, so don't let them see us. Understood?
I can be sneaky. Let's go.
Indeed.
Hold on now. There's a spell you should know. The disillusionment charm. Good for getting places you're not supposed to be. Cast it and you'll appear as little more than a trick of the light, just as long as you keep your distance and stay quiet.
You mean I'll actually be able to turn invisible?
Something like that. It's not as foolproof as a cloak, but those are expensive. And spells are free. Give it a try.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that line is in reference to the fact that Harry has his fucking cloak.
Yep. Which, again, spoiler, is the piece of the death cloak.
Yeah, so basically, it's like, it's not as good as that.
Quiet now.
And now we're in the Metal Gear Solid part of the game.
Blast. Librarian's still here. Quick, behind the bookcase.
Okay. That was
You told me the librarian would be gone by now.
I said usually, but it'll still be alright. Do you see her desk behind me? The key is in the drawer of that desk. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'll create a distraction to draw her away. You focus on getting the key. I'll meet you outside of the restricted section.
Wait, why do I need a key? Isn't there a spell for this?
Aloha Mora. That's how I always used to get in. But the librarian twigged that I knew the spell and cast an anti-Aloha Mora charm on the lock. So now it's just this key. But don't worry. I said I'd get you in, and I always keep my word. Trust me.
That is true. Slytherin's always and only what they're worth, and only exactly what they said.
Yep.
The key. Here it is.
That's the key, children, when dealing with a Slytherin. Be very careful
Is someone
what you
there?
agreed to.
Is that you, Peeves?
Indeed.
Because that Slytherin will only follow exactly what you agreed to. No more, no less.
Yep.
Goodness gracious.
What is the backstabbing if that's the high-risk
Indeed.
Oh, that one's charmed to look more useful than it is. It's fooled me twice. Never judge a tone by... Don't let her see.
Let's see how well that goes over. Huh?
Indeed.
should be in the clear. There's no need for us to be skulking about.
So what is it you've been looking for?
I'm looking for a cure to help my twin sister, Anne, so that she can return to Hogwarts. Because Merlin knows everyone else has given her.
Why do you think we'll find a cure in the restricted section? Does the Hogwarts matron have nothing that can help Anne?
No, we've tried everyone from Nurse Blaine to St. Mungo's. But I can research on my own. No need to concern yourself with that right now. Let's focus on what you're after. Which is what, precisely?
I'll know it when I see it.
You're being awfully cryptic.
Well, you can go back into Hogsmeade and get that one.
Indeed.
That one. So this is the spell you need to get those ones with the eyeballs.
Yes.
Who have we here? Sebastian Summer and his new little friend. Out exploring where they shouldn't be. Naughty, naughty, you'll get caughty.
Peeves, don't.
I'm going to tell, I'm going to tell, I'm going to tell.
Oh, blasted Peeves! I've got to stop him, or at least get to the librarian with a good excuse for all of this.
How do I know you won't go to the librarian and blame this all on me?
Why would I do that? I like having friends who are in my debt. Now go. Good luck in your search. Now, where has that damned poltergeist got to?
Yeah, that sounds exactly. Yeah, that's
I know just the spell to repair this armor.
Indeed.
Again, there is an argument that I could put that
Reparo.
now in your story. In Slytherin. However, I'm not putting it there because the next job in Slytherin has a recipe for unfun amounts of racism.
Indeed.
Glad. Here we are. What is that?
Plus 12.
Excellent. More defense. Hang on, check which cloak. I think you accidentally put the wrong one.
No, I got the right one.
No, the cloak. Are you sure?
Yeah, I didn't change the cloak. I just looked at what the new one was.
We're almost there, though, to getting. Wait, you can actually. Wait, you got a wand handle.
Yep.
Now we can get some more stuff.
Indeed.
You put in a new wand handle. Which one? What does this do?
It's just a cosmetic.
Well, pink is a man's true color. That's comparative.
Honestly, it kind of vibes.
It does kind of vibe. It's like, you know what? I'm okay with that. Oh my god. Do you see the force that now is hitting the wall?
Yep.
Oh man. Basic ass my ass. Let me get here. Gold-rimmed half-moon spectacles. What have we got here? Another 11 defense? I kinda dig it. What about you?
I like the stats, but I don't really see the...
Of course, traces of ancient magic. That's it. There must be more to this room.
Without the not vibing of a, you know.
Indeed.
I wish more games had that.
An emerald scarf.
Revelio.
Let's see what that does for stats, shall we?
Yep. And it does.
Forgive us, people, but stats are important.
It does nothing in the sense that I. But apparently it's classified as legendary.
Oh, because you can put traits on it. Open it, damn it. They should be getting a level 8 priest, Sarah.
Not surprising. Guards at the ready.
Skills are things like the spells.
Are there also like upgrades in that? Like you can get?
I haven't earned being able to do that.
Stupid. Stupid.
Indeed.
Well, I should say, once we get to level 8, I should say.
Yep.
Now, wait, how do we get over there?
We'll figure it out later.
Is that another ability we need?
I don't think so. All I know is that we'll figure it out later. I am Iron Man. I am man.
This must be the way forward, but to where? Revelio. Nearly there. Best keep my wits about me.
Mahogany gloves and silver spectacles.
We should probably have a quick check to see how they compare.
Once again, level 8. Plus 1 point.
The other one's 1 point.
Like one's 11, the other one is 12. I get 1 extra point of defense.
Do it. I mean, you're not having it visually anyway, so you might as well.
I know, it's just funny, you know. 15 or 11 for offense when I can.
Dude, go with the one for 60. Like, what?
Didn't time that right.
It is a book after all.
I forgot for a moment that circle was dodge. I kept pressing square to dodge.
We found the book.
The book just urinated memory juice.
Not only that, but it also doesn't. It's missing a page. Not very unsanitary.
You wanted to see me? Headmistress Fitzgerald, Professor Rackham.
Miss Isadora Morganach, welcome.
Indeed.
Professor Rookwood, Professor Bakar.
We understand that you are adjusting well to life at Hogwarts.
I am.
I am glad, especially in light of your unusual situation, starting as a 5th year.
As it happens, I was also admitted to Hogwarts as a 5th year. I've never heard of another like us.
Miss Morganach, when we spoke yesterday after class, you asked about the beautiful swirls you saw years ago when we visited your hamlet.
I recognized you all immediately. I cannot thank you enough for what you did.
We were glad to help.
And yes, I did see swirls of magic everywhere that day. My father insists it was my imagination running wild, but it was certainly real to me.
It was not your imagination.
Percival, Professor Rackham, can see them too. But we've never known of another who could.
I don't understand. What are they?
The whispers or traces that appear when a particular form of ancient magic is wielded.
Ancient magic?
Few are capable of wielding it. Hogwarts itself is a stronghold of ancient magic.
I believe so, yes.
So if I can see traces of ancient magic, does that mean I can wield it too?
With the proper training.
But let us not get ahead of ourselves, Miss Morganach.
Before I can train you to wield such magic, you must first master all that Hogwarts has to offer.
To be wielded by a select few. As such, we ask that you not speak to anyone about what we have discussed here today.
I'm going to have to use Accio to get to those books. Sebastian.
Sneaking in the restricted section again! I had thought we were through with this mischief. Clearly detentions are insufficient. I'm afraid I must take this to the headmaster. But that being said,
Peeves informs me that you didn't come alone tonight. If someone has coerced you, I would have you tell me. You're a bright boy. Don't waste this.
He was okay with this shit.
There was nobody else. I came alone.
Oh, Sebastian. What will your uncle say?
Got it. Only 4 more to go.
I give Sebastian credit.
Indeed.
Did more than I expected he would.
Indeed.
That's more than what a Slytherin would done with it. He's got a bit of a hunt to him.
Yes.
Did I get the book name for himself?
Might as well stay here.
Oh, we are so close to getting a level 8.
That was just cruel. Yay!
What? About fucking time.
Check
Now we
each
can
thing.
equip them. Now we can upgrade.
Yep.
There's the.
That's 1.
Nice.
2.
There. Alright. The blue one. The blue one. Go by the handler.
He did, and I put on the one that gives me plus 15 offense.
There's one that gives you plus 16.
No, you read it's 15, Nick. Look, see?
No, the blue one.
Oh, didn't notice that. Next up, a little bit of cosmetics.
Just to make sure everything fits with the drip we want.
I'm keeping the emerald bloom scarf. That actually does work.
Yeah? It actually does. Congratulations, Emerald Bloom Scarf. Alright, so we have rapidly jumped in stat.
Indeed.
So we will be doing a hell more damage and tanking some more damage.
Yes.
If we ever get back into combat, then we'll be able to. So now we can turn the girl with the all the books.
I don't think so.
You can always check. Check your log. Ooh, there's a house cabinet.
Yep.
Here we go.
Revelio.
Yeah, you could always check your question log to see how many you have.
Just looking around the library first before I do that. There we go.
How did you get in there without getting burned?
I need 2 more.
2 more. Alright. There's gotta be in there somewhere.
I saw one flying about.
This must be Cressida's diary. I'd want this back too if I were her.
I would agree.
Just casually says this while reading a page of her diary.
Out loud. We really are a blabbermouth, aren't we?
Yeah.
Now there's one more we need to find.
Revelio.
One Wiggenweld potion.
Lumos.
That's like on the other side of the,
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's the other side. Hey.
That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida. Lumos.
Yes, I had to go back, but I saw the book, so I'm like, yeah,
We can easily get it back. We can get it back. It's no big deal.
Yep.
We know where it is. We crushed the library and
Yep. Now.
Except that one chest behind the fire.
Yep.
Now you can go and return the books to that girl and get some free XP.
Of course, first I'm gonna go talk to Fig.
Simply because you want more spells.
Of course it is.
Yes.
She's right. Thank you.
I will say, I do love the interior of Hogwarts. It's so gorgeous.
Indeed.
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with Rookwood makes no sense.
It is rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Unorthodox? It's inconceivable. It's... Ah, Fig. A visitor. I'll see what I can find out.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
What? That's... Wait. You accessed the restricted section? But how? Thinking on it, perhaps it's best you spare me the details.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look. Oh dear. Some of these pages seem to be missing. It appears someone has got to the book before us. Still, I won't need time to study what remains. Perhaps we can still salvage something useful. It may take some time. I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir. I saw 2 more memories where I found the book.
Another pensive Godric's heart.
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore a hamlet from a drought.
Miriam was right. And the second memory?
They were talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She could see traces of magic too.
Why those memories? Perhaps this book will explain. I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about George's death.
What will you tell them about Mr. Osric's death?
I don't know how much I dare say. George tried to convince the ministry about Ranrock, but to no avail. My instinct is to follow the path we are on for the moment and keep the details to ourselves until we know more.
I understand. I'll see what I can learn about the missing pages while you're gone.
Good. Don't neglect your studies. Your wand work is improving by the day. But you'll want to pay attention in herbology and potions. There's more to magic than spellcasting.
Plenty to keep me occupied while you're gone.
You've done exceptionally well. I look forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return. Oh, and don't neglect your friends. You may be surprised by how much you can learn from them as well.
Meet me in Lower Hogsfield as soon as possible. I would like to talk to you about Rookwood and Harlow, and it might be best to do so outside of the castle.
Professor Fig and Weasley have asked that I teach you an additional defensive spell. Please complete the assignments I have given you, and then proceed to see me in my classroom.
Lumos.
Where can you go to?
Can't you get back here?
Yeah, I don't know where you go to.
We'll find it eventually.
Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Unless you want your classmates to know how you really feel about them, you might reward me for my time.
Oh, you're not at all who I thought you to be.
And you're not who I thought you to be. Based upon your diary, you seem terribly judgmental.
Fine. I shall pay you. But you cannot begin to imagine what I shall be writing about you next. Should never have trusted them.
I just wanted money.
Hello, Lucan. I'd like to practice with the training dummy.
Excellent idea. This time will be a bit more of a challenge. Ready?
That'd be brilliant.
Wonderful. I'll set things up. Remember to cast all the spell combinations before the dummy lands again. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
Basically, we're gonna do
Accio, Incendio, Leviosa.
That's it!
Fire.
Incendio.
Next time, perhaps.
Pressed the wrong thing there.
That was something.
Leviosa.
That one, I got a little zealous.
Leviosa. Accio, Incendio.
Just all of it overzealous.
Accio, Incendio. Leviosa. Accio.
That one was not my fault.
Incendio.
That was the one before that, not my fault.
Accio. Incendio. Leviosa. Incendio. Accio. Incendio.
Sorry, it's just my instinct to do that.
Accio. Incendio. Leviosa. Accio. Incendio.
Nicely done.
What was my instinct to use
Impressive
the
work.
burning as soon as I
I'd
bring
hate to
them
face
to
you in a
me?
duel.
My enemies, that is.
It was only a training dummy.
True, but
it is a difficult dummy. Believe me, I know. Seriously, well done. Training dummies will think twice before challenging you again. Plus, you'll be even more formidable in crossed wands. Other duelists had better beware.
Hello, Lucan. Is the final round of crossed wands ready?
Big match today. It all comes down to this. The moment that we find out if your training and dedication is enough to win it all. Ready for a shot at glory?
I certainly am.
Brilliant. Are you dealing with a partner?
I'll go it alone.
Then let's get started.
We can make this a real victory.
That's the spirit.
There are 4 of them.
That was nothing. I'm just getting started.
If the best duelists in the school weren't enough competition, then perhaps you should consider transferring to Durmstrang. Now, to the victor goes the prize! And so it is my great honour to present you with this simple yet elegant token of supreme dueling accomplishment.
I'm flattered, but I don't deserve such an honour.
Come now, you're the undisputed winner. You should revel in your accomplishment. Now that we've definitively crowned a tournament winner, I suppose I should get back to my schoolwork. Wonder how my herbology plants are doing. I haven't tended them in ages.
They're all dead.
Level 9. Oh, that was so fine.
Cross ones, we should probably check out that one, shall we?
Yeah, I see it on here.
Are we checking the wrong, maybe we're checking the wrong one. Check cloaks and robes.
There would have been an exclamation point.
Where I went. Why are there just balloons hanging about there? We going to Hagrid's hut?
Incendio.
Why are you trying to hurt Hagrid's goat?
Hagrid isn't here. He ain't 200 years
This
old.
could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Oh.
It's just the goat.
Accio.
Yeah. Yeah, you can Accio the goat.
Levioso!
I want to make you float.
Leviosa.
Leviosa!
A flying goat. Bye-bye, goat.
I believe I can fly. Careful, Scotland has laws against goat fuckery.
It is good to see you, my friend.
Hold on. Unfunny sounding lady.
I never thought Ramrock's loyalists would pardon me. Is everything all right? Hardly. I've just lost my business and almost my life. You'd best look elsewhere for wares. I've nothing to sell now. I never thought it'd come to this. Be on your guard. Ramrock and his loyalists will spare no one.
They attacked you.
Oh, Ranrock has no patience for goblins who won't join him. While I too would like to see goblin kind treated by wizards as equals, bloodshed is not the answer. When I said as much, they turned on me, struck me till I nearly passed out. Took my carts, my belongings, even that which is most precious to me, my paintings.
Has Ranrock's lot ever attacked you like this before?
They've been taunting and threatening me for a while now. They've always believed that violence is the only way to get what they want. Things have taken a much darker turn of late. Ramrock is getting more powerful, and his loyalists know it. They feel untouchable. Ramrock assumed that all goblins would agree to follow him, but he was wrong. Many of us would like a diplomatic end to the discord with wizard kind.
You mentioned that your paintings were taken. Are you a painter?
I am. It's my calling, though most would think it an unusual path for a goblin. Most of my family work in metal, or associated with Gringotts. I'd wager my finest brush that Ramrock's lot have no appreciation for any of my work, and it'll be tossed aside for kindling. Without my carts and my livelihood, who knows when I'll be able to paint again?
I'm sorry this happened to you. I shall certainly keep an eye out for your cards.
That is very kind of you, but I think they took them to their camp southwest of here, just past some ruins. Too dangerous to try and retrieve them. I did enchant the cards to return to me if I ever lost them, however. Slim though the chances may... It was nice meeting you. I wish it had been under better circumstances.
Yes, Ramrock is a fucking hypocrite, isn't it?
He's a dick.
It is good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Natty. How are you? I hope you've recovered from our rather eventful trip to Hogsmeade.
I am well, but I have been worried about you, my friend. With Ranrock and Rookwood and Harlow after you?
I'm all right at the moment.
We did not speak about it at the time, but I am hoping now you might tell me why they were looking for you.
Fuck if I know.
I've never met Rookwood or Harlow. Perhaps they mistook me for another student.
A bit odd. The two of them pursuing a Hogwarts student so intently. But whatever the reason, you were clearly in danger. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us. To all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. I realized something that day in Hogsmeade. You displayed such courage fighting that troll. And Serona wasn't intimidated one bit by Rookwood and Harlow. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matabeleland. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair on their own, and the fact that they're working with Ranrock, well...
All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably, would not discuss details with their students. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right, but how?
I am going to watch and listen and find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your guard.
I beg your pardon. How dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
Some assistance.
Yes, you can swim.
Hello, can I help you?
Oh, thank goodness. Yes. My name is Grace Pinch Smedley. Of the Bath Pinch Smedleys? I was hoping someone would come along soon. I was about to defy my father's wishes and would never have forgiven myself. You see, I need to retrieve something from the bottom of the lake. Might you be the one to help me?
I'm afraid I'm not keen on mucking about at the bottom of lakes.
Oh, please don't say no just yet. Perhaps if you understood my plight, you'd change your mind.
Perhaps. What precisely do you need to retrieve and why?
Years ago, my grandfather, who fancied himself quite the astronomer, set sail from Hogsmeade Station for what was meant to be a quick stargazing cruise with my grandmother. They never returned.
I'm so sorry. What happened to them?
We can't be sure. We only know that neither they nor their boat made it back to shore. They were presumed drowned. Father was so distraught that he forbade our family from setting foot on or in the Black Lake ever again. A treasured family astrolabe vanished with them that night. If you could dive down and retrieve it, I may be able to bring my father some peace.
You seem to think I might have heard of the Bath Pinch Smedleys. Why would I know your family?
That's like asking why the sky is blue or grass is green. The Pinch Smedley name is synonymous with intellectual curiosity. We are known for our contributions to science and art. I'm surprised you haven't heard of us, frankly. But with all I plan to discover about the world around us, those that don't yet know the name certainly one day will.
What exactly is an astrolabe?
It's an astonishing ancient navigational tool. Essentially, a handheld model of the universe. It's mainly used for studying the stars, astronomical pursuits, but it has nearly 1,000 uses. Fascinating device. Sadly, I'd imagine it's rusted beyond repair now. Still, we'd love to have it returned to us. It would be like getting a bit of my grandparents back.
It sounds dangerous, especially for something of mere sentimental value.
I understand. But I'd be forever grateful. Of course, you may discover much more than the astrolabe. Anything else you found would be all yours. I've cross-referenced the vessel's last alleged location against the lake's topography, depth charts, and tide schedule. My best guess is that it's just over there, about a furlong from the dock. It would be wonderful to have my grandfather's astrolabe back. I do hope you find the astrolabe. It would mean so much to our family.
It sounds as if her astrolabe is just northeast of the dock.
They must have come this way. Think! I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be sick.
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stupefy!
Incendio! Let me...
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
Incendio! I can go anywhere.
You take this! You're top of my dead body!
Accio! Incendio! You're going to regret that. Leviosa!
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to excellent defensive skills.
And I got to do
Care to tell me why
your
two
favorite
Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued my interest in Merlin. Gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff, brilliant potioneer, has her own shop in Nocturne Alley. She's a travelling vendor. Hears what's going on in the Highlands before I do.
You're a researcher?
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specialising in Merlin's work and life.
I thought that Merlin and the tales about King Arthur's court were a myth.
Mere myth? You're lucky Sir Cadogan didn't hear you. Chatters on endlessly about his connection to Merlin from his portrait at Hogwarts. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I'm not sure old vine-covered pillars are worth studying.
Well, I think anything concerning Merlin is worth pursuing, and I shall have you know, no one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has its symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swell, and we'll see what happens.
Indeed.
My word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory.
Incendio!
Merlin's beard!
The flames make the pyre sink.
What a day! I can hardly believe it.
I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require mallow suit, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now I've got what I needed, I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
Okie dokie.
Catch, big guy.
Yep.
Night.